Defacto world.
Arizona. Arizona, 7.4 million people, twice Mongolia's population. From the Grand Canyon to the Sonoran Desert, one of the Earth's harshest places. But here, an incredible miracle was created. Scarcity was transformed into innovation. Water scarcity became an engineering marvel. A mining economy became a technology hub. An empty desert became America's fifth largest city. 295,000 square kilometers, the size of 3 IMAX in Mongolian Gobi. 20 centimeters annual rainfall, even less than our Gobi. Yet the Grand Canyon, 3,850 meters high mountains, massive cities, all exist in this one state.
We're up on one of Arizona's famous mountain ridges right now. We're way up high, walking along the top of this mountain. Far below us, you can see Apache Lake down in the canyon. Getting here was pretty challenging. Driving on this road is not easy at all. Honestly, it's hard to believe a road was even built at this height. When you look around, you can tell this must have been extremely difficult work. The people who built this road really accomplished something incredible. We drove about 7 miles on a rough dirt road just to get here. The road is narrow, uneven, and demanding the entire way. Standing here, you really understand what Arizona's deep canyons are all about. This place shows the true scale and rugged beauty of Arizona.
Capital city, Phoenix, 1.7 million people. In 1950, there were only 100,000. They showed how to build city in the desert. Economy, copper, 70% of the US needs, 10 billion annual dollars. Tourism, 24 billion. Technology, 120 billion investment in chips. From copper to chips, from desert to technology hub. Water. Phoenix economists said building such a large city in this desert was impossible, but ignoring them, they implemented the Central Arizona project, pumping the Colorado River through a 540 kilometers canal up 800 meters in the elevation. 20 years of constructions cost $8.5 billion, nearly equals Mongolia's annual budget. By pumping 1.85 billion cubic meters annually, Phoenix exists.
Behind me is a famous bridge, a relatively modern bridge that was built in the 1980s. The history of this lake is truly unique. Water flows down from the high mountains of northern Arizona, especially from the snow-capped peaks. When the snow melts, the White River flows from one side and the Black River flows from the other, carrying water into the agricultural regions. Because of this, farming used to be extremely difficult. The water flow was unpredictable and caused serious problems. At that time, people simply couldn't control it. As a result, by 1913, the Roosevelt Dam was constructed. With the dam in place, they were finally able to manage the water, releasing it when needed and holding it back when it wasn't. This system made a huge difference. That's why the Roosevelt Dam is considered to have played a critical role in turning Arizona into an agricultural state. This lake is actually a man-made reservoir. Toward the end of the 1800s, water was collected and contained here, eventually filling this entire valley and creating the reservoir. Right now, you're looking at the Roosevelt Dam from below. Earlier, the lake level was much higher. around the middle of that dam wall. This dam manages water from melting snow, rivers, and rainfall, regulating everything here. And considering it went into operation in 1913, this structure is more than 120 years old.
Mongolia is now discussing exactly this project. From northern rivers to the Gobi, a 600-kilometer canal. Our advantage? Pumping downhill, easier. Arizona proved uphill pumping is also possible. But there is a concern. The Colorado River is now declining. 23 years of drought, competing usage, weak regulations, lessons. Engineering alone is not enough. Good governance is needed. Mining and technology. Once water conditions were met, copper built Arizona. Morenci mine, 5 km wide, 300 meters deep, mining since 1872. 3 times larger than Oyu Tolgoi, Mongolia, by reserves. 10 such large mines and many smaller mines. They provide 750,000 tons of copper annually. Today, one electric vehicle uses 80 kilograms of copper, showing how massive the future of the copper economy is. Mongolia is also a copper nation. Oyu Tolgoi Erdenet Tsagan Sovrak. The same vision as Arizona 150 years ago. But from the 1980s, they started asking themselves, what comes after copper? The answer? In 2020, TSMC announced 40 billion chip factory. Intel added 120 billion. Arizona is becoming silicon desert. Why? Cheap, reliable electricity from water and nuclear power, ready-made engineers, clean rooms, automations, material science, mining knowledge transferred directly to the new economy. Can Mongolia's OT engineers lay the foundations for a technology sector? Arizona showed the way. Goldwater. Barry Goldwater, Arizona Senator, 1953-1987. Ran for president in 1964, lost, but his ideas changed America. His 3 principles: individual freedom, free market, strong national defense. Extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice. He supported the Central Arizona Project during risky times, fought California for decades over water rights, supported both copper mining and environmental protection. What he proved: resource development, private enterprise, and environmental protection all can exist together. Arizona view the 1980 Reagan Revolution as a Goldwater revolution. For Mongolia, a country learning to balance state and market, resources and sustainability, studying Goldwater's pragmatism has value. Visions wins. Mongolia connection. What can Mongolia learn from Arizona? 1. Infrastructure plus institutions. Arizona built canals, also passed water laws, monitoring and enforcement, both together. 2. Resources are temporary. Capability is permanent. Copper will run out. Mining knowledge, education, institutions, these transfers to new sectors. Mongolia's mining should create capability, not just revenue. 3. Weaknesses become strength. Arizona was too hot, too dry, too remote, but cheap. Land, isolation, stable climate became a perfect place for technology. Mongolia landlocked, cold, sparse population. We see these as problems, but are not these new opportunities? From Grand Canyon to Silicon Desert, This is how Arizona proved scarcity plus innovation can create prosperity. For Mongolia, the question is not whether we can transform. It is whether we can build institutions to sustain that transformation. The Gobi is waiting. The choice is ours.